Welcome to the Community Difference Frisco. Powered by the Difference Media LLC. Hosted by Brian Poduska. And sponsored by Real Property Management Focus. Certainty Home Lending. Donovan Creative Agency. Bethany Rowan with Rowan Homes. The Frisco Fighters Arena Football Team. Total Care. PBJ Mortgage. And by Team Watson Redeemers.
The Community Difference Frisco was created to serve as a platform for local leaders and business professionals to showcase their expertise, values, and commitment to their community. Overall, the podcast aims to create a stronger sense of community in North Texas by highlighting the often overlooked or unnoticed good work being done by local leaders, businesses, and professionals.
So sit back and relax as our host, co-host, and their guests share inspirational stories, experiences, thoughts and insights about being a professional, along with the opportunities for our businesses to serve our communities in very special ways. Because the Community Difference Frisco starts now.
Good afternoon. All right. Welcome to the Community Difference Frisco show. Thanks for joining us today. If you have noticed, your calendars have flipped to June, which means we have a new business topic of the month, and that is cause-based collaboration, defined as collaborative marketing for innovative branding. In other words, cause-based marketing, right? What is it? So we're going to get into that. We're going to get into examples of that with our guest today. If you're new to the show, what this is, it's a community show. We are putting the spotlights on 5 different sets of individuals. That's business owners, entrepreneurs, community leaders, Frisco ISD leadership, nonprofit leadership, and because we are Sports City USA, sports leadership. You heard up front, one of our sponsors is the Frisco Fighters. I have one of their footballs here today. They are rocking and rolling. Their head coach is one of our co-hosts as well. He'll be on in a couple weeks. But that's what we're all about. We're putting the spotlight on those sort of individuals, right? Our audience is the business owners, all the community, right? So I see a note there in the comments. Our audience is you guys, you in the community, you in the Frisco community. So with that being said, we also have rotating co-hosts, right? This week we have our week 1 co-host. That is Paul Fisher and Bethany Rowan. If you can bring them on the screen, London, I would greatly appreciate it. What's up, guys? How are we doing today?
Hello.
Hey there. It looks like Bethany and I color coordinated on our blue today. So I guess I got Bethany wearing Certainty blue today. So thank you.
There you go.
Well, given the fact that this is Bethany's first time as an official co-host, and we have a great partnership here with a lender and a realtor, right?
That's right.
So
absolutely.
We couldn't ask for anything better, and you guys came color coordinated. So well done.
And Brian, a property manager. So we kind of have the whole
triangle effect.
So we'll just take a shift right here in the show and just go with us 3 and synergy. But no, I'm kidding, of course. Well, thanks, guys. Thanks for joining us here in week 1. Excited to talk about this new topic of the month, cause-based marketing, cause-based collaboration. Something, I mean, frankly, that's what we're all about here at The Difference. That's kind of what we're doing in general. So I'm looking forward to diving into that topic with you guys and your guests. But with that, I'm going to hand it over to you guys. I'd like you to introduce your guests. Let them tell the audience who they are, what they do. We're going to go ladies first. And since, Bethany, this is your first time being the co-host, it is all yours, girl.
Yay. Hey, I'm Bethany Rowan here with Coldwell Banker. It's great to see the Community Difference Frisco group here watching us today. And if you're not watching, you can always go back on YouTube and find us again to rewatch our segment, because you're going to want to after you see the guests that we have today. I am thrilled to be having Monica Bales, who is part of Ideal Living, be a part of the show today. Her company and what she showcases, first of all, it's a woman-owned business. She is definitely a woman who will dig in and get it done. She is all about organization, moving, all things to help people be organized, have a great moving company. And I speak from experience because I've used her, and just an amazing mom. So I'm excited to have Monica Bales on today with Ideal Living. Yay! Hi, Monica.
Hey, Monica.
Thank you. Hi, everyone.
Good to see you, Monica.
Good to see you too.
Well, thanks for joining us today. Bethany gave you a very nice, well-rounded intro there. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Oh yeah, thank you so much, Bethany. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be with y'all. So I'm Ideal Living, Monica Bales, and I call it a personal concierge company. So we offer professional organizing, relocation services, and home management. And I just organize for the clients, and they kind of just don't let me leave, and I end up with more tasks. And so I kind of just make their world go round. And I love the control and the order and the checking off the lists and everything. And yeah, I just love it.
Awesome. Well, I think everybody who listens, and myself included, could use your services. So you have a wide-ranging audience for sure. Well, once again, thanks for joining us, Monica. Look forward to hearing your story here in a bit later in the program. Paul, I'm going to shift over to you. I'd like you to introduce your guest today.
Yeah, happy to. So my name is Paul Fisher. I'm VP of Mortgage Lending for Certainty Home Lending. So we do residential and investment and vacation and second home and anything with a roof. So, but I'm happy to have a friend of mine that, in fact, I met Dennis, about a month or so ago. His name is Dennis LaVergne. So he's a realtor with eXp Realty, but he brings a very unique perspective because he used to be a mortgage lender. So he was a mortgage guy first, and then decided to dip his toes into real estate. I think he got his license in 2012. So a very unique, offering that he can do for his clients is, almost pre-qualify them, first, and then tell them what they need to do to get in the house. So I'm really excited to have him on, because with this topic that we're doing on cause-based collaboration, on my one-on-ones and face-to-faces with Dennis, he just has he's very outside the box thinking. So we can go ahead and bring on Dennis and bring him on and let him talk about himself a little bit.
What's up, Dennis?
Hello.
Good to have you today.
Good afternoon. Thanks for the intro. I appreciate it. Very excited to be on with you today. This is a great forum. Really very excited to kind of hear what y'all have to say and allowing me to share, kind of a little insight as well. Like Paul said, I mean, I've been in the real estate mortgage world since 1999. Been there, kind of done that. But, the longer you're in a business, the more people you meet, the more contacts you make. And then the different angles that you try to serve the community and kind of, do what you can where you can, right? As opposed to just being that transactional, person. Because when you get a little bit older and a little bit more wiser, your relationships are really where the value's at. And so Paul and I've had some great talks, discussions about some things. I'm very excited about working with him going in the future and getting to know more about what you guys do and how you do it. So thank you very much.
Well, good. It'll be fun.
Yeah, amen. And you touched on a great point there, which we've touched on quite a few times, and is really one of the underlying themes of our show and our organization, right? And that is being relational versus transactional. So we can definitely get into some of that a little bit more. Oh, yeah. Hey, Nathan, what's up? Debbie, what's up? Good to see you guys.
Hi, Debbie.
For those who don't
I had
know,
double duty today.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Paul Fisher is also a host and a sharing host, I guess, on the Wiley Show. And he was on earlier today with some big name guests on that show as well. So forgive him if he snoozes off during the show.
No, man. I'm
No snoozing allowed.
I had a half a cup and we're ready to go.
Okay.
Well, we do have a buzzer that's kind of annoying that may wake you up out of your slumber if you do happen to doze off. Lennon can play that in the background. All right. Well, once again, guys, thanks for joining the show. Thanks for the intros. We're going to take a real quick commercial break, give our sponsors some love, and on the backside, we're going to talk about what's going on in Frisco. So with that, take it away, Lennon.
The Community Difference Frisco is made possible by Brian Poduska, owner of Real Property Management Focus; Paul Fisher, loan officer with Certainty Home Lending; Debbie Watson with Team Watson Redeemers; Ethan Donovan with Donovan Creative Agency, Jacqueline Kreider with PBJ Mortgage, Chance Post with Total Care ER and Total Care Networking, Matt England, Director of Corporate Partnerships, and Andre Coles, Head Coach of the Frisco Fighters Arena Football Team. And by Bethany Rowan, Realtor with Rowan Homes. The Community Difference Frisco. Together, we can make the difference. And now, back to the show.
Are you ready?
Because it's time for
What's Up Frisco?
And welcome back. This is the What's Up Frisco segment of the show. This is where we put a spotlight on some of the local activities going on that may not show up in your Google searches, but to the theme of the month, right? Cause-based marketing. A lot of this stuff is local fundraising events and local events put on by partners of ours, collaborating across the community. So with that, I will throw it over to, I think we've got Bethany up first, ladies first. And Glenda, yep, go for it.
I'm excited, yes. So I'm a yogi. I don't know how many of you guys are yogis out there, but there is obviously an International Yogis Day. So I wanted to bring that to our attention. It's not actually in Frisco, but it's in Allen, which is our sister community. It's on Saturday, June 15th from 9 to 3. So if that's something that interests you and you're a big yogi person, then this might be an event you want to attend.
Cool.
Very nice. Thank you for that. And I am, I don't consider myself a yogi personally, but I do.
You can do it just because your legs are all long.
Yeah.
Come on. You can do it.
You do not want to see me doing yoga.
We want bend, not break.
Yeah,
for
right.
those who don't know, I'm rather tall, so I'm extremely goofy looking. But
Ryan's like 7 feet tall, so
it has a lot of benefits to it. All right. With that being said, and try to wash that mental picture out of your mind, we'll go to Paul. What do you got?
Yeah, I only have a couple things. I know that that Dee Dee's Downtown is doing live music, and it shows that they're starting today. So it looks like a recurring thing every week in June on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So if you hadn't been to Dee Dee's Downtown, go over see them. They're a member of the Chamber of Commerce, and they're good folks over there. And then, of course, the Visual Arts Guild of Frisco. I've got a lot of friends in that, including Swad Bedovich. But they do, if you'll go to their calendar online, they have, they're doing Meet the Artists over at, it says here, and I just can't read it, on June 23rd at Sweetwater's Coffee. But they do a lot of big events and things like that. So it's just a great group of people, and they're all local artists. And, you can see some very unique work, especially with it being local. So check out Visual Arts Guild of Frisco.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir. And I'm going to talk to a few different things here. Lennon, if you don't mind pulling up the Brunch for Hope screen splash. There we go. So CC's Angels, an organization that was on our show probably about a month and a half ago, something like that, puts on some great events. This is Brunch for Hope. They're raising money for for their Safe Haven Home, which is a shelter for women and their children impacted by violence. So serious topic here. The fundraiser itself is July 13th of this year, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. You can see all the vendors involved in this one. So it's a big deal. Come on out and support that as much as you can. Obviously, a very serious fundraising effort here. So that's that one. Also, another fundraiser that we have, we've spoken to this one in the past. Lennon, this is the Texas Hold'em. There we go. So it's the Tom Rowe Christmas in July Memorial Texas Hold'em tournament being put on by Michael's Meals. Michael Copeland, who owns a farmers insurance agency. It's technically in Plano, but he is in Frisco all the time. So anybody who plays cards, right, or even if you're not a super serious card player, come on out Saturday, July 13th, and support that effort as well. Furthermore, we have a few different things going on at the NAC Theater. Go ahead and put that splash screen up if you wouldn't mind. So this recent event, right, the tornadoes that happened on May 25th pretty much destroyed 4 of our Frisco firefighters' homes. They were in the path of the tornado. So this is a benefit concert. It's called Lift Up Our Heroes Benefit Concert. It's happening June 18th. You can see it there, 7 p.m. Tickets are $25 to $100, and the proceeds go to support the 4 Frisco firefighters that were impacted by that tornado. Luckily, nobody got hurt, but their homes have been pretty much totaled. So please come out and support that if you're able to. Additionally, just coming up here in the next week and a half, we've got some stand-up comedy at the Nat Theater. Isaac and Kristen Whitty will be there. No pun intended, I guess, in their last name, but it is stand-up comedy. Saturday, June 15th, 8 p.m. Go check that out. And this was just announced this past week. I'm fired up about it personally because I see this dude's shorts and reels on TikTok and on Facebook all the time. Jason Ledane, I'm not sure if I pronounced his name right, but he's that snarky, kind of an asshole kind of guy that does card tricks.
I know who you're talking about.
And so you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yep.
He's awesome. Like those card tricks, he's been doing it for like 35, 40 years.
Is that like the magic for humans? Is that the guy?
I don't know if he calls it magic for humans, but what he does live card tricks, and he does these like he's got a stopwatch and he's got a camera on him on these reels and TikTok shorts that literally he's no sleight of hand, and he's plucking aces out of a deck like as he's cascading them, all kind. Check him out. He's super cool.
Check him out.
Wow.
Well, the NAC
Maybe
Theater
the next
has
commercial break.
Yep, they've got him booked October 18th and 19th, 2 shows, 8 p.m. October 18th and 19th. So put it on your calendar. Super cool dude. He is an asshole, so just be warned now. That's part of his shtick. But anyway, that's all I have going on. Anybody else have anything they want to mention? What's up, Frisco? Going once, going twice. Sold. All right. Well, that's what's going on in Frisco this week. What we're going to do now is transition over to our business topic of the month. So little segment shift. Typically, we save this for the third segment, but for those who are tuning in specifically to learn more about the topic and hear more of the insights from our guests and our co-hosts, we've moved it up in the agenda. So as I've mentioned, every month we have a rotating topic. Last month, it was utilizing social media to be service media. Continuing a bit on that theme, cause-based collaboration is this month's theme. So cause-based marketing, cause-based collaboration, defined as collaborative marketing for innovative branding. I pulled a very simple definition off of the internet, which I cannot find for the life of me right now. So I will get to that here in a second. But I am curious to know what your guys, just definition-wise, right? Let's start very simple. How do you guys define cause-based marketing or cause-based collaboration? And I will start with a lady and our guest. Let's go with Monica. How do you? Yeah, no pressure. You're first up. There is no wrong answer.
Right out of the gate.
So, for those who haven't seen the show before, we are live, right? So. Any answers are not pre-crafted, predetermined. We are not a curated podcast, so what you see is what you get. We screw up all the time. There are no wrong answers. So taking the pressure completely off of Monica, what is your definition of cause-based marketing or cause-based collaboration?
Oh man, thanks a lot, Brian.
Thanks a lot, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
That's what you get for being on the show. You know, you're going to be in the hot seat every once in a while.
Yeah.
Well, so I did not Google. I did not Google that. The cause base, but collaborative. I mean, I guess what I think that it means to me, collaborating. So there's a bunch of different professional organizers in the community, and so we all do different things. And so I don't even know if this is correct, but my thought of it is, we all work together. So I don't do hoarding. And so I've got other organizers that do hoarding. So I've got go-to people that would handle that. I mean, so that's collaborating. So I collaborate with other organizers. And so there's things that they do that I don't do and that I do that they don't do. So just collaborating. I mean, that's something that I do and, in my, on my side of the business, and just collaborating with other types of companies, just good synergy partners. I don't know if that's correct, but yeah.
Yeah, no, like I said, there's no wrong answer. And what I like there is you just kind of told stories of how you use it in your example. So whether it be, organizing not working with hoarders, partnering with those who might. It's stories like that are an example of, community-based and business-based cross collaboration. I was able to pull up my very simple definition because I didn't. There's a very long one, and this one summed it up very well. So I'm going to read it. It's essentially it's about doing good while doing business. I mean, it was hard to screw that up, but I didn't have it at the tip of my tongue, so I didn't want to screw it up. But I think that summarizes it really, really succinctly, right? Doing good while doing business.
While doing business, yeah.
Well, as far as the way I look at it would be like leveraging other people and their strengths and what they do in their business to facilitate a partnership between the two of us where I am weak, So I'm looking for those synergy partners to go out and support me in ways that I can add a value proposition to my clients that's different from everyone else, right? So, but I need to partner with people that are going to definitely help me in the areas that I'm weak, is the way, I kind of look at it too.
Yeah.
Well, I love that.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Paul.
I was gonna, and that's, that's kind of where I like Dennis's story as well. I mean, and like, Dennis in our, I almost said pregame, in our pre-show, he knew Monica and knew what she did. So there was a connection there. Yeah. So I'd be curious, like for Dennis, I mean, what have you either cross collaborated or found value in someone else, or, I mean, because you said it earlier, and it's about, you've been in it long enough where it's more about, helping than getting, type situation.
Yeah. And it's interesting when I was reading through some of these topics. I mean, I am way over my head with this group here with some of the things y'all are thinking about, but I'll take a stab at it anyway. The idea that comes to mind for me is like when you're in business and you're in a community and the community supports you, instead of saying, hey, look at me and what I did, right? Why don't we share with the community and say, look what we did and look who we helped and why, right? And that comes back 100 times to you. When you live in a small town, and Frisco is not small, Prosper's not small, but the longer you're there, the more people you meet, you either have a good reputation or you have a bad reputation. That's based on who you are, what you do, and how you do it, right? So I think that collaborating with anybody, whether it's the school district, your church, your synagogue, whatever it is, and exactly what Bethany was talking about, you might have an idea, but you pull in 2 or 3 other people and say, look, we've got a problem here. The community needs some help. Let's brainstorm and see how we can support that. Let's, take up a donation. Let's do a fundraiser. Let's do something and show. And we can't be afraid to promote that because we're giving back to the community, and the community relies on us and we rely on the community, whatever community that is. So,
yeah.
Well, and I think when you said, I mean, not the older you get, but when you've been doing things for a long time, I mean, you realize the value of, it's not what's in it for me. And right. It was, so I pulled out a quote and I shared it with our internal group the other day, but I pulled out a quote that came up from Barry Habib, which is kind of like the godfather of mortgage. But he quoted, it says, you don't receive because you started out by asking, you receive because you started out by giving. And I think that's, that kind of hit me hit me pretty good because of what we're talking about today. So, how are you using, cross-sector partnerships, which is, what we're trying to do here, whether we're, helping out the firemen that lost something, because now we have these platforms of social media that we can use that maybe we didn't, wasn't available, in your small town 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So we've got a lot more tools at our disposal to use, and sometimes get lost in, but definitely, there's a greater reach available for us to make.
Yeah. Paul, you just stole my couple questions here. So like I said, this show is not scripted by any means. But I
I'll apologize because I just got through hosting a show where I have to kind of drive it, so I need to sit back and relax on this one.
yeah. So while we're not scripted, I do
I'll stay in my lane. I'm sorry.
with a few questions, and one of which you just kind of answered. I'm going to ask it to the group though, and I'd love to hear your opinions or maybe examples that you've seen. And that is, what strategies do you use to engage customers and encourage their participation in either your cause-based initiatives or others that you've seen out there? So would love to hear some examples of that as far as strategies go.
Okay,
And-
I can talk to that.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to be the first one, but I will be. So
Never been one to be shy, Bethany.
I'm not
Yeah.
shy. No.
And we're going to go in alphabetical order, so
Now
Bethany
we know.
first.
I'm not the shy girl. My background is in education. So I've been serving communities for a long time. And when I transitioned into this, it was just a natural progression to figure out how I can integrate what I'm doing to serve the community still in a way that really serves great causes that are needed in the community. And my heart's always for kids. So my love of, special needs kids and giving back to the community in that way, and figuring out, everyone thinks, Frisco is this, just very affluent community. And what they don't know is that there are a lot of kids that are struggling, and they don't have a meal on the table at night when they go home. And they don't have supervision a lot of the time. So it's so important for us to recognize that we're not in a bubble. The things that are happening outside of our quote bubble actually happen inside of it. It's not a bubble. And our kids in this community deserve the help and support that we can give through food, through meals, through anything. And that's why it's so easy for me to give back to the community that way, is just focusing on that.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I love that. And I mean, last week we had, the organization that benefits, some special needs children and giving them opportunities. And really, we hadn't gotten to the cause-based marketing topic yet. We were still on the social media to leveraging social media as service media. Like I said up front, I think they dovetail really nicely together. From a logistical standpoint and an executional standpoint, like, I don't want to pat ourselves on the back. However, this is a unique format to do some of the things that we're talking about right now. Through podcasts, through, live stream, through, networking different groups and individuals live on a live stream, right? Pretty innovative. And I guess what I'd ask next is, what are some other, and Paul, you might have touched on this a little bit earlier, but let's expound on it. What are some other ways, innovative ways, that we can, further that cause of cause-based collaboration? I'd love to hear any of your guys' thoughts on that one.
Dennis, you look like you want to go. I mean, Dennis looks like he's deep in thought and ready to go. So I'm gonna let him have it. No,
you guys, this is really a great conversation. It's a great topic. There's something in the works that we're working on with one of our groups, and it's going to be a charity event. We don't know who it's going to serve yet, but I think that when you get with somebody that's been through this and done this before, those people are really important. We always have so many ideas, but we're working on a charity golf tournament at the Cowboys Country Club, Cowboys Golf Club course, and if we have some celebrities involved in that and a cause that we want to promote, then my thought is that's a huge community event, and like I said, it's in the beginning stages. I've not been involved in anything like that, but I'm excited about it. And when you have something like that, that gets people excited about it, participating, either being involved or contributing to it. So there's so many possibilities, so many things to think about. It's kind of top of mind right now.
Well, it's the things like that get you excited. I mean, it gets you excited to well, like the cause base. I mean, what's the benefit? And the benefit is not you. I mean, that's the benefit. It's not about you. So it's about about giving back and having some sort of collaboration that way. So I mean, I definitely see your point.
Yeah.
Well, real quick, wanted to give a shout out to Debbie Watson. I saw you chimed in. Thanks for watching. And yes, you're right. We have some great conversation going on. So thanks for pointing that out. All right. And we got Melissa Mancini. What's up? Good. Thanks for watching, Melissa. Good to see you. All right. Another question for the group. And Monica, I want to hear your opinion on this one. We started, talking about, and Bethany, you mentioned the fact that, maybe a strength and a weakness, right? A yin and a yang, and utilizing each other's strengths when
100%.
talking about collaboration and cause-based collaboration. Monica, you mentioned that you've got some partners that you collaborated with. How did you pick those partners? Like, what are the key elements to consider when you're doing a cause-based collaboration or just a cross-business collaboration?
Yeah, I mean, really, making sure that they're good, honest, referrals, and that they're good partners of mine, and making sure that they have the same vision that I do, and making sure that we, take care of the client, we take care of the community. Something that I did was branching off to relocation services, and that ended up, focusing on domestic violence people that have experienced domestic violence, or women leaving dangerous situations. And I pack them up and I move them, and they, I didn't realize how amazing that is, how resourceful I am, just coming together and collaborating and getting like these women away from these homes and away from the situation. I just look for people that are other contractors that are passionate and just looking to help to take care of the client and go above and beyond. And also having good collaborative partners, like for the charities and the donations, so that we're good, just synergy partners, so that people can kind of use us all in the home.
And that's where Monica and I really, we are a definite synergy partner, because in situations like that, we can pull our resources and work together. Sometimes you might be faced with something that you feel like is a little overwhelming or daunting to be able to help pack up, battered women and get them moved. But then that's where I come in and I can help support that cause as well, so we can work together. Because definitely our relationship has to be on point. She has to trust me. I have to trust her, that we can definitely deliver the right kind of service and the product necessary to give back to the community.
I love that.
And I thought of something too. So, I mean, just think about how, you're expanding your network now to Monica. I mean, so people that she may not even know, like, and trust are kind of already in there because so that is a way to leverage, who you know and who you need to know.
For sure. And still giving back. I mean, that's
the
goal, to be able to do that. But you want a team of people that you can trust, that you're going to work together and the job's going to get done, basically.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that, Monica. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's a win-win-win for everybody, right? So you're doing business together, you're helping an organization, and at the end of the day, you're feeling good about what you're doing, and you can get passionate about it. To me, that's a cycle that is a damn good one to be in, right?
Yeah.
I think about this from a personal standpoint, and we've shared this. We had Janice Lee on the show probably again a month and a half, 2 months ago, something like that. I believe she was Debbie Watson's guest, and she helped collaborate with a project that we really kind of fell into, and that was taking a piano that we had acquired through the property management business that I run, and really cross-collaborating with a bunch of different partners. So a realtor, a partner of the show, a moving company partner of the show, herself as a valuation expert of antiques and things like that, all to get the piano delivered to a home treasured vessels home that supports battered women, domestic violence victims as well. That story still to this day, it happened probably a couple of years ago, but that story still resonates with me, the collaboration piece about it. And it wasn't originally intended that way, but it's something that, Monica, you kind of alluded to it too, something that we kind of fell into. And at the end of the day, it brought something valuable to an organization that could use it. And it happened through a bunch of teamwork and a bunch of people collaborating together.
Yeah.
And we talk about tools and ways the ways that we did it. We utilized Facebook. We utilized face-to-face networking, and got it done within a matter of a couple of weeks. We just socialized the fact that there was a need out there. We had organizations that we were already connected to that could use it, and we had folks that stepped up to the plate and played a part in it. So I think of that story and the storytelling aspect of that, and how it brings reality to the definition of the word. Do any of you guys have any other stories that you can recall that might bring a little bit of reality to the cause-based marketing? I would love to hear from any of you guys on that topic, because again, the stories kind of bring it to life.
Dennis, with the types of customers that you've dealt with, I mean, like I said, first on the mortgage end, and then second on the real estate end. I mean, did you ever find? I mean, I would think you'd have stories galore as far as kind of how to weave in between.
Yeah, as long as I've been in the real estate and mortgage world, I mean, there's been examples of people that always need a little bit of help. If their closing got delayed, then we would, I'd work with the other agent. I'd work with the title company. I even worked with the lender. And, if we had to put them up in a hotel for a night, and because they were coming in from out of town, we got together and did it. And that's just something we do in the real estate world. There's all kinds of examples of people just seeing a need and they just address it. I mean, I've been a recipient of that myself many times, and I appreciate that. And you always hear the term of pay it forward. Anytime you have an opportunity to help somebody like that, you need to do it. Not because, you should just do it. When you can help, you should help. And we need to remind our friends and neighbors that if they can help a little bit, it's great. If you can help a lot, it's better. So.
Yeah, it doesn't cost any extra to do the right thing.
Right.
Well, and I had a client, I just went on a listing appointment, and just to give you a little backstory, like this client has been a long time parent of mine. I always call my parents, because I've known her for that long, and her kids were at my school, and she's always been a champion for me. And we went over, I went to her house. I didn't really even have to do a listing appointment because we've known each other so long. But there was a long list of things that need to be done to prepare the home to get ready to go. And while we were there, and I learned this while I was there, to be cognizant of people's story and their background and what they might be going through. Because we had this great list, and she was taking all these notes and all these things. And then I get in the car to come home, and I'm barely home. And she calls me and she's crying, and she's like, I'm overwhelmed. I'm so sorry. I'm really embarrassed. I am overwhelmed by all the things that have to be done at this house. I'm overwhelmed with the resources. I'm overwhelmed financially. I'm so embarrassed to be telling you this. And I learned from that situation that I need to be better at talking with people about their particular situation, because you go into something assuming something, and it may not necessarily be the case at all. And I talked her down from it, and we, made a plan. She's definitely a planner person. But that's definitely something that when you go into talking with clients, friends, people, everybody's coming from somewhere, and do we know where they're coming from? Not necessarily. So it's just something I learned.
Yeah, that's a great point. Quick show of hands. Who has sponsored a happy hour with their business?
I'm sure I'm sponsored something.
Sponsored one, maybe.
I'm sponsored a few things. Yeah,
I'm sponsoring one today.
that's right.
There you
Right
go.
after this call.
Well, about what time? When
Yes,
and where,
right
Dennis?
now, when we get off.
When,
Yeah.
where?
Yes.
Dennis, we're not above drinking during the show. I mean, we've done it in the past.
I mean, how do you think Brian makes it through 4 shows a month? I mean,
Yes.
That's right. Well, and when we kicked off this show, 4 years ago, Lennon, we sat around in a soundproof studio, and we had champagne. Right. We toasted the show in the beginning with a clink of the champagne glasses. So it's somewhat inherent in the show. So feel free, like if you need to start early, go for it.
I feel so much better knowing that. Thank you.
yeah, we're all adults here. With whatever, yeah, and it's Thursday. I mean, it's like
You're in a
Friday.
safe space. In a safe space.
Okay. I feel better. Cheers.
Yeah.
So along with that, who also, if you haven't, so we've all sponsored a happy hour. How about a fundraiser of some sort? Have you ever sponsored a fundraiser? Raise your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think
obviously collaborative opportunities galore. How do you pick your partner in that? Is it people that you already know? Is it people that you've been recommended to? Because not only is it's a cause base. At the end of the day, especially if it's a fundraiser, right? It's a cause-based endeavor, but it's also collaboration. Have you ever driven business with a cross partnership that you didn't have previously because you sponsored the same event? I know.
Go ahead. I mean, well, I know the business, the driving business is out there, but like if I did an event, I think I did it, for the cause and not. I mean, the business, if it came, it
100%.
came after, but that was not the intent. It was not the upfront intent.
Right.
So if it's 100%. A byproduct of it, it is. But I mean, that wasn't the goal of the event. I mean, it was bring a group of charitable realtors together to do this function for one of the charities in Frisco and get them involved to get some highlighting of that charity.
Yeah.
No, 100%, and that's actually the answer that I was indirectly fishing for, Paul. Because
do I get the clap from the studio audience from Lyndon? I mean,
the man.
Yeah, Lennon's got it. There you go.
Yeah.
Reminder: we are a live radio show, folks. So we don't have all our bits going just yet. But that's exactly my point, Paul. Is that we get into these partnerships and cross collaboration for the purpose of doing something good, and lo and behold, amazingly, some business can come out of it, right? I've got examples of that that I've met people through a fundraising type event, and then all of a sudden 2-3 months down the road you get a referral from like, oh hey, it's awesome. Again, I think it goes to that doing business with like-minded individuals. Not only from the standpoint of business networking and things like that, but also that cause-based aspect of it. So I think that's a great point. I know we're probably needing to hit a commercial break here. I didn't see London prompt me for it. So I hope I'm not jumping the gun.
Well, you did mention happy hour and drinking, so there's no telling what's going on behind
Maybe that's where he went.
We may have lost our fearless leader behind the scenes.
Yeah, he went to go make a run.
I'm halfway down a bottle right now. Y'all have no idea.
I did see Melissa plugging Herman Marshall earlier as well as that popped up. So if you're thirsty, you can always head over there. But let's go ahead and take that commercial break because I do want to get back on the back end and get into your guys' stories because I do want the audience to hear that. So let's take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
And now a word from a few of our amazing sponsors that make the Difference Radio, live stream, and podcast network possible.
Hey Texans, hold on to your hats. The Mesquite Championship Rodeo, newest sponsor partner of the Community Difference shows, is back, bigger and better than ever. Witness the heart-pounding action as the best riders in the world compete for glory. Feel the thrill of the chase, the raw power of nature, and the unbreakable spirit of the West. Don't miss your chance to be part of the legend. Get your tickets now for the Mesquite Championship Rodeo or win yours free just for watching the Community Difference shows.
Unwanted pests in your home can be stressful. From creepy crawlies to critters under the floorboards, they disrupt your peace of mind. But don't worry. All Pest Solutions is here to help. We offer a comprehensive range of safe and effective pest control solutions. We target all types of pests, big or small, including insects, rodents, and wildlife. All Pest Solutions, your local experts for a pest-free home. Breathe easy and enjoy your life again. Call today for a free quote. 972-442-1169 or email us at customerservice@allpestsolutions.com.
Buying a home? It should be an exciting time, not a stressful one. At Proven National Title, we understand that buyers want fast, reliable, transparent, seamless, convenient title and closing services. Therefore, our services are not limited to our office or yours. Let Jackie Tobar and all the fine folks at Proven National Title help make your dream of homeownership a reality. Call us today for a smooth and stress-free closing. Contact us at 972-752-8540 or email at jackie.tobar@provennationaltitle.com. Proven National Title. Give me one and I'll earn the rest.
And now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back. And guys, those are some great insights. This is the first week we're talking cause-based collaboration and cause-based marketing. And I've learned a ton just from you guys. So I'm the lucky one who gets to be here 4 weeks in a row, and I get to glean all the insights. And, hopefully folks out there listening can also do the same. But thank you for your insights on that topic. What I do want to do is provide you guys some time and provide a little bit of spotlight for you guys to talk about, what inspired you guys to start your businesses, to get into the businesses that you've created. Monica, you have a very unique business and it partners very well with those of us on the show here. Obviously, all of us in real estate. It's kind of rare. It's funny to go back down memory lane here a little bit. I had a show called Real Talk, which very similar format, and we had mostly real estate folks on the show. So our conversation oftentimes centered around real estate and what the heck was going on. And at the time it was COVID, so everything was going crazy as far as the pricing, and nobody could win a bid unless you were coming in from California with all kinds of cash and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So it's this is kind of like a trip down memory lane that we have all real estate related folks here. But Monica, can you share with the audience, what inspired you to start your business, Ideal Living, and the ancillary things that you have with that?
Sure. And you guys can see me good, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
The
cool.
heavenly light coming through the corner, but yes, you looking good.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, thank you so much. You're the best. So what made me start it? So, I started organizing in 2012, and I was working for another organizer for about 5 years. And my life kind of fell apart. I was in an 11-year relationship, and found out that I was pregnant. And my ex, he said, "Thank you for telling me." And so after trying for 8 years, and so I didn't know what to do. I moved back home to Michigan, and I'm with my mom. No one was living in her house, so I went back home and raised my daughter for a year there. And I had to figure out what I was going to do with my life, and I knew that I still had a great passion for organizing. And so I moved back to Texas. I decided that Michigan just wasn't a right fit for me anymore, and I just love Texas so much, and it's just beautiful. I love the weather most of the time when we're not flooded. And I decided to start my own company, and yeah, that just made me, put a fire under me. And I had a kid to take care of, and she's 6 now. And I decided to open up my own company and, kind of just do things like a little bit differently than before.
I love that. Not necessarily the part of how you got to where you are, but the inspiration and the fire that drove you to do that. So that's awesome. Good for you. Let me ask you this. So you love Texas. You don't love the weather when it's the season that we're in right now. None of us do. It's keeping me real busy right about now. But that being said, why Frisco? Why North Texas? Why Dallas?
Well, to be honest, I just landed in Dallas. We had some family out here, on my ex's side of the family. So we just ended up there, and we ended up in, McKinney first, and then, Plano. And, I mean, I just always did so much business in Frisco. And I mean, being a part of a whole bunch of different groups, and, just having a community out here. And, so just moving out to Frisco, it was just meant to be. Just so happened that, my townhouse came up, and, I didn't even blink. I love being out here, and we live right near Brinkman Ranch. And, my daughter, she goes to elementary school out here, and she just loves it. And she thrived too. And we moved in the middle of the year. We moved kind of unexpectedly, and, we love it here. We're meant to be here, and it's just really exciting, to see the growth and everything that's going on, and to be a part of it and to be in it.
Oh, that's a great point. So we might have to mark that part of the show where you said Brinkman Ranch, because
I know
it's sadly going away and becoming all kinds of different things. But you mentioned the growth of Frisco and the changes that we've all seen. I've been here since 2012, with in the grand scheme of things, isn't very long, but in the Frisco timeline, it's extremely long, because population has probably doubled in that period of time. It's insane, but yeah, we're glad you came back to Frisco in particular. What about you, Dennis? Tell us about your story. How did you, it sounds like you've been in the business for a long time in various different ways, which means you've seen a lot of ups and downs. You said 99, I think you said was you were in lending.
Right.
Tell us about the ups and downs and what's kept you in the business and how you started it.
Yeah, you think about that. That's 24, 25 years ago. And so started out in mortgage lending, and, it's.
So Dennis, has it all looked the same over the last 25 years?
No, it's not. I mean,
right.
Every year is something different, right? We've got something to deal with. And I think that's what keeps us going, is because we have to pay attention. We have to reinvent ourselves. We have to refocus, right? Yeah. So how I got into it was basically in lending. Did that for so long that I just kind of got complacent with it. And, I was working with several realtors that I really liked and enjoyed being with and spending time with. And I learned a lot from them. At that time, we lived in the Grapevine, Colleyville, South Lake area, raising our kids and just enjoying that area and watching it grow and explode. And then I decided, I was like, why would I somebody asked me, like, why would you not get your real estate license? I mean, I explored that, and basically the people I'd been working with were the same people I was going to keep working with. The skill set is very much the same. I love real estate because every situation is different. You get to help people, as corny as that might sound. But I think that, when somebody's going to buy or sell a home, and we've all heard this and we're all reminded of this, that buying a home or selling a home is one of the most stressful transactions you'll ever go through, but it's also one of the biggest that you'll also go through. So the longer you're in something you're really good at, you're able to help people focus on the things they need to focus on, much like what you were talking about, Bethany. Yeah. I'm going to make this easy for you. We're going to do these things. Please listen to me. And this is why, because we're going to make a smooth transition. Right. And you're going to come out the other end, and you're going to be looking good and feeling good.
And that's our job, to provide the best customer service to our clients. That's what we want. It is. We want to try to minimize as much as we can on our side, because then the lending people step in, and then there's all the lenders asking for all the papers.
Yeah, and it's going to happen.
Yeah. So we're just
you can do it all on the computer now. We don't do papers anymore.
Yeah,
those lender bastards. I mean,
those people. Yeah, but then there's Dennis and Bethany and Monica who can go in and make the house all beautiful and pretty, and it'll be great.
Absolutely.
Hey,
love you, Paul.
We all love each other. We just give each other some occasional
absolutely
kind ribbing. Hey, we because we took so long in the previous segment, we do have other commercials to get in. So I'm going to cut in here real quick. We'll pick up, Dennis, with you on the back end of this commercial break. But real quick, let's take a commercial break. Give our sponsors some love, and we'll be right back.
And now a word from a few of our amazing sponsors that make the Difference Radio, live stream, and podcast network possible.
Frisco Fighters prepare to reach new heights at Comerica Center this spring. From competitive matchups to exciting theme nights, you won't want to miss a second of the action. Join us and experience high-scoring, hard-hitting indoor football that's fun for the whole family to enjoy. Visit FriscoFighters.com for game highlights, tickets, or to reserve your spot at the Tarmac Tailgate Party. Frisco Fighters, fly with us.
JP Direct Health offers affordable health insurance solutions for individuals, families, and small businesses specializing in custom coverages to fit your needs and budget. JP Direct Health offers comprehensive benefits, including PPO health plans, accident and critical illness coverage, dental and vision, health matching accounts, along with telehealth at no cost per call. Call JP Direct Health today to learn more about how we can help you protect your health and your budget.
Enjoy DFW's most fun, affordable night out and catch the Rough Riders, the AA affiliate of the Rangers, at Beautiful Riders Field in Frisco. The Riders are back home from June 11th through the 16th against the Amarillo Sod Poodles. Enjoy fireworks from the field and NASCAR night presented by the Texas Motor Speedway on June 14th, Mutt Cuts night, a tribute to Dumb and Dumber on June 15th, and Father's Day and Dallas Black Giants Day on June 16th. Get your tickets at ridersbaseball.com. The Frisco Rough Riders, the future stars of your Texas Rangers.
Are you looking to buy a home? The process can be daunting, but it doesn't have to be. With the help of a qualified loan officer like Paul Fisher, you can get the financing you need and get into your dream home. Paul Fisher, a direct local lender with Certainty Home Lending, has many years of experience helping people buy homes. He's knowledgeable, experienced, and he'll work with you to find the best loan for your needs. Contact Paul Fisher today to get started on your home buying journey. He'll help you every step of the way, so you can relax and focus on finding your dream home. Visit www.loansbyfisher.com or call 817-308-7361 to schedule a consultation with Paul. MLS number 2018111.
Now back to the show.
All right, welcome back. Love to see that new commercial from the Frisco Rough Riders, our newest sponsor. Excited to have them on board. Excited to have that opportunity to offer that to our audience. Some events coming up and obviously lots of games. So if you haven't been out to the Rough Riders game, get out there. It's a great stadium, great time, great family environment as well. With that being said, Dennis, let's get back to your story real quick. So you've been in the business a long time. 2008, it sounds like you were already in real estate at that time, as far as buying and selling, or were you still in lending in a way?
No, solely focused on residential mortgages at that point. And so that was a really tricky time back then. We didn't know what was happening, but that's when it all changed for the better. Really, we had to go through some issues and some resets, and it worked out for the best, for the better for everybody. I think we came through it pretty well. But like I said, this whole business is so cyclical. When we get comfortable, we get complacent. And so we have to reinvent ourselves. So, I think we're a lot better off for that, because the things that came out of that financial crisis back then really made things a lot better for the consumer. It's kind of kept us in line as loan officers and real estate agents. But we've got other issues on the horizon here. So,
well, indeed we do. And one thing I wanted to ask you, since you were in the area here, I was a home buyer and seller throughout that 2008 period. So went through some ups and downs there, but that was up north in the Chicago area. So how was the impact of the market here? I've heard various different stories. Obviously, certain areas of the country, like Phoenix, Florida, they were clobbered. But what about here? How did it go here?
The North Texas area, as far as real estate goes, is typically very stable. We don't have the swings up and down like Florida, California do, or the Northeast. It usually takes some kind of an economic event to really affect property values here, and that was one of them. The dot-com deal, the financial crisis, 9/11, I've lived through all those for the most part. And I'll tell you that people talk about price values going up and down or everything, and that's normal. we've had such a shortage of inventory for so long and low interest rates, since that's kind of what, made the demand so crazy over the last several years. But I feel like I said, we've come out of that. We've done really well. And I don't know, does that kind of give you insight into what happened?
Well, I agree with this. I wasn't even in the real estate industry at that time. I was on the west side of Frisco, where everything was really growing at that time. It was like Frisco was a new place. We got a Kroger over there. And we're like, "Ooh, we got a Kroger."
We're living.
And I will say that, like, the enrollments at my school over 07, 08 were just significant. It was like, again, we talk about that bubble, and there is something to be said about the real estate industry in North Texas versus if you're listening to the national news and you're hearing things, it may not necessarily apply.
That's a good point.
To North Texas.
Yeah. And that's kind of the answer that I was expecting, because that's in line with what I've heard from other folks who lived through it. Is they're like, a little hiccup, but it was like instead of the line going straight up, it went like this and then flattened out a little bit and then just kept going up. But that's interesting. Okay, so again, we're a little bit tighter on time, but I do want to ask two questions and then we'll cut to a commercial break. This is, we'll call this a precursor to the rapid fire coming up on the other end. We're going to ask Monica and Dennis these two questions specifically. What's your favorite things? What's your favorite one thing about Frisco? Monica, you go first.
Favorite thing about Frisco. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you now. Yep.
Okay. Favorite thing about Frisco, I would say the Frisco Library. We love it. We love it. It's a great time.
Love it.
Yeah.
What about you?
Now, I tell you what, Frisco's got a lot of really great attractions, but I mean, the restaurants would be my top.
Okay, I like it. Okay, cool. Well, like I said, precursor to rapid fire. Those are softball questions for you, but
no, that was very softball. I mean, that was the warm up.
I got to get them warmed up because we're gonna outside of the commercial break on the back end. We're gonna get into
those sometimes. So
we'll get a few fastballs and curveballs coming your way. So real quick, final commercial break. We'll be right back.
Okay.
The Community Difference Frisco is made possible by Brian Poduska, owner of Real Property Management Focus. Paul Fisher, loan officer with Certainty Home Lending. Debbie Watson with Team Watson Redeemers. Ethan Donovan with Donovan Creative Agency. Jacqueline Kreider with PBJ Mortgage. Chance Post with Total Care ER and Total Care Networking. Matt England, Director of Corporate Partnerships, and Andre Coles, head coach of the Frisco Fighters Arena football team. And by Bethany Rowan, Realtor with Rowan Homes. The Community Difference Frisco. Together, we can make the difference. And now back to the show.
Are you ready? Rapid fire.
All right, welcome back. So we are approaching the end of our show, and this is this time of the show where we like to have a little bit of fun with our guests, learn a little something about you maybe, and if you take too long in answering these questions, you will get buzzed.
Oh, no.
There it is, the buzzer. So I gave you softball before we went to break. I'll give you a more of a change up, and I'm not quite warming up to my fastball yet, but let's ask this question. Is your bed currently made? Monica, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, good answer. Dennis.
She's an organizer. What do you think?
I mean, it better be yes.
Let's be real.
Yes, my bed is always made. I'm trying to lead by example of my 18-year-old son, and he doesn't get it. So, yes.
All right. Bethany?
100% made.
I'm half on the no. My wife had to travel for business, so her side's made up, mine's not.
Yeah, there's no half pregnant here. That's a no.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think he should get the buzzer on that one.
Yeah, I did. I got the buzzer. The Family Feud X.
That's a shit answer, if you don't mind me saying.
Hey, it's true.
Okay. Next question. Would you, and since we have Monica who's lived up in Michigan, I'll really hone in on your answer. But the question is, would you rather eat sand or walk a mile barefoot in the snow? Bethany, we'll start with you.
Me? Well, I just don't like to be cold, so I'll probably just eat the sand because I do love the beach. So
there you go,
man.
I'll take it down with a good glass of wine.
Yeah,
there you go.
That wasn't part of the question. I don't know.
Yeah. Sorry.
You're using creative license.
I'm improvising.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh.
I'm with Bethany. Give me the sand, man. I live in Texas because I don't like the cold, so
Yeah.
I'll take the sand.
Okay. All right, Dennis.
Yeah, I like that. I'm with Bethany. I like that. If you're close to the sand, there's a reason. Why not have a glass of wine in your hand? So
have a glass of wine with it.
You could be in the desert too. I'm just saying.
No. We're being clear. We're by the ocean.
Positive mental thinking.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah.
Monica, what about you?
Eat the sand. I can't stand the cold.
All right.
We know what your answer is, Brian.
Everybody wants sand and wine. See?
I'm 100% the opposite. I'd rather walk a mile in the snow. At some point,
it's a natural.
Feel your toes.
It's a natural thing, though. Sand and wine go together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Brian, you're going to be sad. You're going to be by yourself. The four of us will be together.
That's right.
And
all right, next question.
Your toe is going to fall off.
If you have one superpower, what would it be? Monica.
Superpower. Oh my God. Flying.
Flying. Okay, Dennis.
The ability to read people's minds.
Oh, actually, I have another question on that one, but I like it. Paul.
Yeah. Well, I like Dennis's answer, but I'm going with flying. I was a Superman hero kid growing up.
Okay, I like it. Bethany.
So I like Dennis's answer, but I don't really think I want to know exactly what are in people's minds all the time. So I think like just a better insight to read people would be my superpower. Like I just want to be able to read that a little bit better.
That sounds like a goody answer.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like
I
know what they're thinking, and I might be like, oh, I don't want to know about
think
that.
of the negotiating power you would have if you could read their minds.
Exactly. Sure.
There you go.
Yep, there's definitely power in that. Landon, I know you want to chime in on this one. What's your answer?
Well, flying would be it, but mine is just communication. I think that there's a lot of weakness with us all in communication, and especially the understanding. Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
Reading people's minds is a lot like the understanding. You want to know what they're truly thinking because we don't always articulate it.
Where are you coming from?
Yeah. What are you saying? But what do you really mean? Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, on that point, guys, I told you kind of leading into one of my other questions here. Would you rather have everyone be able to read your thoughts or see your internet search history?
Oh, that's easy.
That's easy.
That's easy.
That's easy.
All right. Monica?
Internet search history, sure.
Okay. Dennis?
I don't know. Okay. Yeah. Either one.
What was that?
Dennis, I don't think you answered Dennis.
Things are going through
That's
my
where
mind
we need
here.
to be able to read his mind because we
Not search fast.
Like, what was that answer?
Yeah.
You're like,
yeah.
next.
Read my mind. Read my mind. That's fine. I can do that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, Paul?
Search history, go for it. I mean, I have a work computer, man. You got to be good on these things.
Not your work computer, Paul.
Yeah, your phone or something.
Computer.
Yeah, no, search history. You can go for it.
Okay.
Your secret burner phone.
Exactly.
Burner phone, right.
Right? Come on.
Yeah.
He's got one for each back
Bethany, what about you?
Same with me, like search history, Amazon, shopping. Where am I going to go on my next vacation? Of course, yes. You can look at my search history all day long.
All right. Fair enough. Yeah, I'm good. You can read my mind. I'm good with that. I just have to mind my thoughts.
If you check my internet search history, you're going to see a lot of how to use AI, what AI programs are, media production, you're going to be bored. I promise.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of dumb shit about a guy on a motorcycle.
You will see that. You will see the dumbest entertainment stuff that you've ever seen in your life, but you will be entertained.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the cat videos.
All right, so we've got 5 minutes left. I've got 2 more questions for you. What's your favorite board game? Monica.
Sorry's fun. We're playing Sorry. It's fun.
Sorry, I like it. Dennis.
Monopoly.
Good one. Paul.
Monopoly. Yep, always. You bet.
Bethany?
Mine's not a board game. It's a dominoes game. It's called Mexican Train. Like, I love it. Like,
cool.
My family loves playing that because we're not in the littles stage. So the halfway grown-ups can play more grown-up games. And it's fun.
Is that a drinking game?
It's with wine. I guarantee it's with wine.
It's
anything,
with wine.
Anything can be made a drinking
game. Every game is with wine. What are you talking about?
Anything can be made a drinking
game. Of course.
Mine would be Life. A board game of life.
So long.
No, Monopoly's super long. Life.
Both of them are.
You can get through there pretty quick. All right. Let's see. One other one. Oh, okay. This is a good one. And the final question. If you were stuck on stranded on a desert island and you could have, and I'm going back here because I think all you guys know what an album is, right? So you can't just pluck songs off of Spotify. You have to have an actual album that's been released as a set of songs, right? What is the one album that you would be okay being stuck with on a desert island?
Oh, wow.
Paul?
Man, I'll take the Bellamy Brothers.
Okay. Bethany?
I would probably say Cyndi Lauper or Madonna Like a Virgin album. Like, she was awesome back then. Now she's a little bit spicy, but back in the day, she was
it.
She was legit. Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll go with that. Dennis?
Something like a George Strait album or something like that. He's got so many great songs. But yeah.
Okay, I like it. Monica, what about you?
I'd say any 311 album would be great. 311 is a great band.
Definitely high energy. I like it. Landon?
Van Halen, 5150.
Yeah, 5150.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Mine would be, well, I've got a handful of them, but
182.
No, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Okay.
That would be maybe Mount Rushmore-ish, but not the pinnacle. Pearl Jam 10 would be my choice.
Okay.
Because I can listen to it front to back. All 11 songs, 10 songs. All of them would be worthy. So that's my thought. All right.
Nice.
That is official bow on our rapid fire segment. So you guys are off the hot seat. Always fun hearing those answers. So thanks for sharing. Yeah. You can exhale now. We will go around the horn. I'd like we'll just put Bo on the show. I want you guys guests first, if you wouldn't mind, please. Just reminding who you are, what you do, how to get a hold of you, and any call to action that you may have. So with that, Monica, I'll let ladies go first. Just remind everybody who you are, what you do, and a call to action.
Awesome. So Monica Bales with Ideal Living, and we offer the professional organizing and relocation services. Call to action. How to get a hold of me also. I love meeting new realtors, so that's always amazing. And I love networking with just different people. Property management is amazing. Appraisal companies. And also how to get a hold of me. My phone number, 469-500-7300. You can check me out on Facebook or Facebook, Google, or Instagram.
Awesome. Thank you. Dennis.
Cool. So what I do is, I work with people in residential real estate. I help people buy homes, sell homes, and invest in real estate. And so I would say that my approach is more of a strategy as opposed to a consultation. I like to strategize with people and make sure that they understand what all's involved and what they're doing and what they want to do. Right. best way to get a hold of me is to call me 817-789-8799. Shoot me a quick text or look me up, eXp Realty, the Good Home Team. Our office is in Plano. I live in Prosper, so I know the area very well. Call to action is check to see if you're one of the homeowners on the list that has to refile their homestead exemption for this year. There's some weird stuff that came out, so if you hadn't heard about it, reach out to the county and see if you're okay there. That'd be about it.
Good call. Love it. All right, Paul, and we'll let Bethany bring us out. But Paul, go ahead.
So Paul Fisher with Certainty Home Lending. So we do residential and investment mortgages and things like that. We have a full line of, the regular cookie cutter loans, and then we've got a big line of non-QM. So if you're thinking like a bank statement loan or like something for an investment property, or even like the big price tag, we can go all the way up to $9 million on our jumbo loans. So best way to get a hold of me, everything is rolling at the bottom, but you can check out loansbyfisher.com, and my cell phone's on there. And of course, I'm part of the Difference Frisco, and happy to be here. And I've got my new co-host with me, so we're glad that we're a team. Finally got the team back.
Yeah.
Cheers to that. Bethany, go for it.
Thank you. Hello. I'm Bethany Rowan with Coldwell Banker. I am a luxury listing agent, and I am excited to be a part of this show as well. You can see scrolling at the bottom there how to get in contact with me. But again, my heart does also lie in helping teachers and educators in the community get into homes, as well as many of our educators that work in Frisco can't live in Frisco. So my goal is to also help them as well. So I'm just happy to be here and so thankful for how this group worked together today. Like, what a great group of people, like that we are looking to just provide resources and support to our community.
Awesome. Well, and great job on your first official time co-hosting. You were a guest last week, so great job. The dream team is now together. Thank you guys for co-hosting. There we go. Love it. Monica, Dennis, thank you guys for
being on. Thank you, Dennis.
Yep,
thank you, Monica.
It was awesome synergy between all the things that we do together. I am Brian Poduska, your host of the Community Difference Frisco show, also owner of Real Property Management Focus, where we focus on your real estate investments. If you're thinking about getting into the real estate investing game, we are your trusted advisors for that. Please give us a call. All my information can be found as part of the difference here. With that, guys, have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy the show today. Hopefully we don't get any more storms, but if we do, stay safe, and we'll see you guys next week. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching today's show.
The Community Difference Frisco is made possible by Brian Poduska, owner of Real Property Management Focus. Paul Fisher, loan officer with Certainty Home Lending. Debbie Watson with Team Watson Redeemers. Ethan Donovan with Donovan Creative Agency. Jacqueline Kreider with PBJ Mortgage. Chance Post with Total Care ER and Total Care Networking. Matt England, Director of Corporate Partnerships, and Andre Coles, head coach of the Frisco Fighters Arena football team. And by Bethany Rowan, Realtor with Rowan Homes. The Community Difference Frisco. Together, we can make the difference.